What strikes me the most about abortion is it is often treated as taboo, which means nobody knows the reality of it. May we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Remember the worth of souls is great in the sight of God, and bring, save it be one soul unto me. How great shall be your joy with him in the kingdom of my Father.
And he denieth none that come unto him, black and white, bond and free, male and female. And he remembereth the heathen, and all are alike unto God, both Jew and Gentile.
Nor shall they be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law.
And it came to pass, that when Elizabeth heard the salutation of Mary, the babe leapt in her womb. And Elizabeth was filled with the Holy Ghost. And she spake out with a loud voice, and said, Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb.
All human beings, male and female, are created in the image of God. Each is a beloved spirit, son, or daughter of heavenly parents, and as such, each has a divine nature and destiny.
Alrighty, friends and family, this is the Constitutional Arguments Against Abortion special. I'm going to begin with a post that started basically quick takes. It got me thinking a lot and what I wanted to do with this channel, and it reads, I honestly think people forget that the church and state are supposed to be separate. Give me one non-religious reason against same-sex marriage, one non-religious reason against stem cell research, one non-religious reason against safe abortions. Go ahead. And then there's a response that I've been saying this for years, and then down at the bottom it says, I can't name one non-religious reason, can you? Alright, the first problem with this post has to do with the separation of church and state. The United States of America does not have a state church, kind of like the Church of England, which is what it means by separation of church and state, which is why I'm very happy that the president was able to sign an executive order to allow prayers back in school. I like to point out that the person who wrote this post and got it to go around was named Godless Engineer. So that makes me think that they really don't care if we give a non-religious argument against safe abortions, and even if they wanted to know your argument, well, it makes you think they would completely understand the value of it. So the question states, give me one non-religious example against safe abortions. And my response to this is this. There are no safe abortions because abortions kill babies. Yeah, simple as that, right? That's why it's called quick ticks. And I'm done with the video. No. First off, it's not safe for the baby because obviously you're ending the human life. But second of all, even in modern medicine, not all abortions are safe for the mother. There are legitimate risks and health concerns, even in first, second, and third trimester abortions.
My name is Dr. Anthony Levatino. I'm a practicing obstetrician gynecologist, and I've performed over 1,200 abortions. A Dini is performed between 13 and 24 weeks of pregnancy. For the woman, this procedure carries a significant risk of major complications, including perforation or laceration of the uterus or cervix, with possible damage to the bowel, bladder, and other maternal organs. Infection and hemorrhage can also occur, which can even lead to death. Future pregnancies are also at greater risk for loss or premature delivery due to abortion-related trauma and injury to the cervix.
And of course, this is just an example of a second trimester D&E abortion, and there are obviously more options for different types of surgeries and whatnot. And I will post a link to those below, and those also give you detailed graphics of what happens during those procedures, and also the risks associated for the baby and the mother. The entire premise of abortions being about the mother's right to choose in the Supreme Court, the mother's right to privacy, only recognizes the rights of one human being, and that is the mother. Never do they even consider the human life of the baby, and yes, the baby inside the womb is a human life. As of every biology textbook ever created. The CDC recently came out with a statement solidifying the saying that human life begins at conception. But why is the clarification of human life necessary? Here are two very important documents that explain why. The Declaration of Independence states, "We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." And then let's go on to the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America. And it states, "Nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law." What I'm getting at is the whole argument boils down to that God-given right to life and the governmental protection of that right to life with due process of law. These human lives are being ended because they had no voice themselves. In a court of law, the state would provide an attorney to those who are incapable of defending themselves. And as far as the argument goes, for first trimester, second trimester, third trimester, any period and point of pregnancy goes, is saying that you can not do it before a heartbeat, or the fingerprint, or crowning, or conception, these periods of a pregnancy. By trying to say that a heartbeat is where human life begins, is one, not paying attention to the scientific facts. So that is why it says at point of conception. And also people say, well, it's just a fetus. Then I'd ask the question, then what is it a fetus of? It is a fetus of a human being. Let me say this. An embryo, the fetus, infant, toddler, adolescence, and adulthood. That is just the process of human life. And once you abort a child, you are ending that process of human life, which is not given to us in the Constitution. And yes, this is my non-religious argument against abortion, and it is fully supported by the Constitution of the United States of America, the document which makes up the law, which makes up our country. Along with the scientific facts that human life begins at conception and the government-protected principles that protect everyone's God-given right to life, among these evidences is the perfectly legitimate argument against killing babies in the womb. What Roe v. Wade neglects to do is implement the constitutional right to life by degrading its meaning by placing the Supreme Court's declared right to privacy above the God-given, unalienable right to life for the baby. I'm saying unalienable because unalienable means unalien to us, which has to deal with all of humankind. That is not foreign to us, it is in our DNA through God, our Creator, as mentioned in the Declaration of Independence. Simply put, there is no imaginary right to privacy in the Constitution. This is why it is called the pro-life movement. I will mention that in the pro-life movement, the majority of the focus is on the baby, and consequently leaving out legitimate concerns of the mother, so I think there is a need for conversations about her rights as well. But for the most part, the baby is always left out of the conversation. I will be covering those in my next installments about cases of rape and incest and the life and health of the mother. I can't wait to see you there. God bless.